everybody. Welcome back to the Bible Breakdown Podcast with me, Pastor Brandon. And man, today, Numbers chapter 36. We are going to finish this off with a bang, and I'm really excited. And if I were to give this a title, it would be The Time Has Come. Finally, the nation of Israel is getting ready to go into the promised land, and they are ready to go. So we're going to finish this up together. But before we do that, as always, if you like what we're doing here and you're watching this on YouTube, make sure you like, share, and subscribe all of this. Comment on this. It really does help us get the word out to more people. Also, make sure that you're leaving us a 5-star review for our podcast on Apple Podcast or wherever you are listening to this, and leave us a comment. It really is encouraging to know what God is doing as we are working really hard to try to create a community of people that, man, we just rally around our love for God's word. And that's kind of my thought process behind this. And I'm always kind of gauging at the end of a book, like, are we ready to go to the next one? Because I always just want to just bring value to this. And my hope is that you never see me as, a sage on stage, but a guide on the side. I'm just gushing about God's word, and I'm just in awe and love that you want to gush with me. I think it's awesome. And so one of the ways we're doing that, you can look in our show notes, is you can go to our Facebook group and look at Bible Breakdown Discussion and just talking about God's Word. And I would love to know, as we are finishing this chapter up today, what was your number one takeaway? What was it out of the whole book of Numbers? What was it that maybe you didn't know? What was your number one takeaway? I'm going to give you mine when we're done in just a moment, but I want to know what yours is. So we're going to talk about that more in just a second, but let's finish up the book of Numbers. And as we finish this up, we're getting some people that come back to us. There were some folks who were part of this discussion several chapters before. It was this family who had someone who did not have any sons, and their daughters wanted to take possession of that land so they could have their dad's name live on. Well, they're coming back again and talking about this. And I love this because I think what I love about this the most is just, at this point, there's just a certainty that God is going to bring us over the Jordan River. He's going to give us all of this land. And so now even the people, before this, you have God telling the people, okay, listen, it's going to work. It's going to be okay. Well, now the people are just, of course God's going to do it. There's just such a certainty that now they're talking about how it's going to be divided up. So I love this. We're going to read this starting with verse 1. If you got your NLT Bibles open with me, chapter 36, get your cup of coffee ready. Let's dive into this together. Then let's finish this off with a bang. Here we go. Verse 1 says this: Then the heads of the clans of Gilead, descendants of Machir, son of Manasseh, son of Joseph, came to Moses and the family leaders of Israel with a petition. They said, Sir, the Lord instructed you to divide the land by sacred lot among the people of Israel. You were told by the Lord to give the grant of land owned by our brother Zephalad to his daughters. But if they marry men from another tribe, their grants of land will go with them to the tribe to which they marry. In this way, the total area of our tribal land will be reduced. Then, when the year of Jubilee comes, their portion of land will be added to the new tribe, causing it to be lost forever to our ancestral tribe. So Moses gave the Israelites this command from the Lord: The claim of the men of the tribe of Joseph is legitimate. This is what the Lord commands concerning the daughters of Zephalad. Let them marry anyone they like, as long as it is within their own ancestral tribe. None of the territorial land may pass from tribe to tribe. For all the land given to each tribe must remain within the tribe to which it was first allotted. The daughters throughout the tribes of Israel who are in the line to inherit property must marry within their tribe, so that all the Israelites will keep their ancestral property. No grant of land may be possessed from one tribe to another. Each tribe of Israel must keep its allotted portion of land. The daughters of Eliphaz did as the Lord commanded Moses. Mahalalel, Tisra, Hoglah, Milcah, and Noah all married cousins on their father's side. They married into the clans of Manasseh, the son of Joseph. Thus their inheritance of land remained within their ancestral tribe. These are the commands and regulations that the Lord gave to the people of Israel through Moses while they were camped on the plains of Moab beside the Jordan River across from Jericho. So that may sound like kind of unambiguous or way to kind of end this book, but I love it because there is such a confidence that, of course, God is going to give us this land. But man, I want to keep all that God is giving us. And so I want to make sure that we are doing this properly so that we don't lose a single thing that God is doing for us. And I love that there's such a confidence that they're moving forward. And to be really honest with you, that may be my favorite part. My favorite part of this whole thing is that now, finally, after 36 chapters, after 40 years, the nation of Israel is finally learning to trust the Lord. They're finally learning to realize that if God promised, it's going to happen. And I think that's a wonderful lesson for all of us. God's word is so full of promises. God's word says, greater is he that is in us than he that is in the world. God promises us to say, be anxious for nothing, but pray about everything, and the God of peace will give you peace that passes understanding. God's word says that God will give perfect peace to those whose minds are continually on the Lord. There's just promise after promise after promise. And my prayer would be for myself, and my prayer would be for you, is that we would be like the nation of Israel, that through the winding road of the journey that God has for us, through the ups and the downs, we will learn to trust in the Lord. I want to know from you, what was your number one takeaway from the book of Numbers? It is so full of such amazing things, and there's so much we weren't able to get to. And so I'm really looking forward to getting into the discussion with all of you over our Facebook group and talk about the different ideas of what's going on. Well, if you would like to continue reading God's word with us, you can look in the show notes and you can see the Bible reading plan that we're going through. We're doing an Old Testament book of the Bible and a New Testament book of the Bible, and just kind of going back and forth. So this is the end of Numbers. Starting tomorrow, we're going to read the Gospel of John. I'll go ahead and tell you, the Gospel of John is my favorite gospel. I love it so very much. We're going to jump into it together, and I cannot wait, because I'm telling you, the more we dig, the more we find. So if you want to see kind of where we're going, all of this, you can do that with us, and you can join us. Also, if you would like to get this text to you every day, you can text rlcBible to 94,000. And every morning, I will send you the chapter of the day and also links to where we do this, okay? I love you so much. I can't wait to see you tomorrow for the Gospel of John. It's going to be amazing.